let us continue from where we left off yesterday. We were revising Baba's Avyakt Murli of 18th March 1981. Baba was sharing how to just stay with him, make it very easy, allow the expansion to just fade away, and just to hold the seed in our consciousness. Today, Baba is meeting groups. So, Baba meeting the London group. Baba says, each and every one of you jewels is extremely loved and very precious because each of you jewels has your own speciality. This world task will only be accomplished with the specialities of each and every one of you. When you have cooked something, then no matter how beautiful the food you have prepared may appear, if you haven't put in basic ingredients like sugar or salt, that dish won't be worth eating. In the same way, for such an elevated task of the world, each of you jewels is essential. Everyone's finger is needed. Everyone's finger is shown in that picture. The task of world transformation will not be completed with only the fingers of the Maharathis, because everyone's finger is needed. Each of you is a Maharathi in your own way, and Bap Dada cannot do anything by himself. Bap Dada and the instrument souls keep all of you souls at the front. Therefore, all of you are absolutely essential and elevated jewels. You are the jewels that have been accepted by Bap Dada. There is a memorial of how God's vision fell on a stone and how that stone became divine. However, you are the elevated jewels that have been accepted by Him. Know the greatness and the value of your task. The praise of the Shaktis belongs to you, Shaktis, and the praise of the Pandavas belongs to you, Pandavas. Therefore, all of you are great souls. What is the sign of a great soul? The greater a soul is, the more humble that soul is. Great souls always experience themselves to be obedient servants. Your group is like this, is it not? You Shaktis from Shakti Bhavan would be constantly remembering your form, would you not? You remember your stage according to your place. The speciality of a Shakti is to be a conqueror of Maya. No type of Maya can come to a Shakti because a Shakti rides on Maya. Shaktis are always shown holding a trident in their hand. What does this symbolize? The trident symbolizes your stage. Titles of the confluent sage, such as Master Trimurti, Trinetri, Trikaldarshi, and Trilokinath, all indicate your stage and are symbolized by the trident. Do you have the stage in your awareness? Do you have the stage in your awareness? Underline the word constant. Because you have moved away from the atmosphere of the world, you have made your fortune very great. Bapdada is very pleased to see the fortune of you children. Baba is giving us this most elevated self-respect. Baba is seeing us with the speciality. Each one of Baba's children, everyone is a Maharathi in their own way. And so Baba is saying to you, maintain this awareness of you, who you are. And Baba gave the example of a trident, a trishul, Trinitri, Trikaldarshi, Trilokinath, Trimurti, everything. And so for us, souls of the Shaktis to remember, for the Pandavas to remember, each one of us is essential in carrying out Baba's task of world transformation. So let us see ourselves in the light through which Baba sees us as his most special and chosen instruments to carry out the task of world transformation. Baba meets the second group. Baba says, do you constantly move along whilst considering yourselves to be worthy of worship souls? Worthy of worship souls means to be great souls. What speciality do great souls constantly have? They consider themselves to be guests. Those who move along whilst considering themselves to be guests become great, worthy of worship souls. The Hindi words are Mahan and Mehman. Baba says, those who move along whilst considering themselves to be guests become great, worthy of worship souls. Why? Because renunciation creates fortune. By considering yourself to be a guest, you become free from attachment to the building of your body. Nothing belongs to a guest. He is given everything to use for his needs, but there's no feeling of any of it belonging to him. Guests will use everything, but have no feeling of anything belonging to them. Therefore, they will be detached and loving whilst using everything. Whilst living at home, those who consider themselves to be guests will be loving and detached and use everything for service. You are such great souls, are you not? You consider yourselves to be guests, do you not? Today you are here and tomorrow you will return home. And after that, you will come down and enter your kingdom. This is the only concern you have, is it not? Therefore, constantly remain detached from your body. Constantly remain detached from your body. When you become detached from your body, you also become detached from your bodily relations and possessions. The stage of being beyond is such a lovely stage. 1 minute, you come down to perform actions, and the next minute, you go beyond. Do you experience this? Your non-living, worthy of worship idols are kept in the temples. However, the memorial of your confluence-aged stage of being beyond is still remembered on the path of devotion. Though temples are built to Lakshmi and Narayan, would they feel them to be theirs? They are totally beyond that feeling. Those non-living idols that become worthy of worship have no feelings of anything belonging to them. Therefore, you living worthy of worship souls also need to have the attitude of being guests. The more you have the attitude of being a guest, the more elevated your family and your stage will become. It is only in name that you are called residents of London, because you are in fact all guests. Today you are here and tomorrow you will be there. Just remaining aware of the two words today and tomorrow makes you aware of the whole cycle. You are such great, worthy of worship souls. You souls who live in London have very good faith and enthusiasm. You are not weak souls. When obstacles come, you overcome them. You are not goats, you are lionesses. To be a goat means to bleat constantly. I, मैं. The flag of the Shakti army is flying high. Each Shakti has to be one who glorifies the Almighty Father. When the Shakti army goes onto the battlefield, there will be cries of victory. Where will the bugles of victory first be blown? In London or in America? Bap Dada constantly congratulates you loving children at Amrit Vela. He constantly sings the song Baha, my children, Baha. Are you able to hear this song? Are you able to hear this song? It is experience all of our souls are guests. We're guests in this body. We are guests in this world. Even though we use everything, but we know it deep within that nothing of this physical world, including the body, belongs to us. We live up there, we come here, we play our part, and then we go back to our home. We enter the world of sound, the world of action for a short duration. And once the action is completed, we go back to our home. Just like Baba is a guest. Baba doesn't own anything in the physical dimension. In the same way, we souls don't own anything in the physical dimension. We are truly guests. Baba sees us as his lionesses, the ones who are free from I and mine. Any limited I, limited mind doesn't create obstacles in our mind. Just like Baba, we always stay above and beyond. Om. Thank you, Baba, your family. Let's pause here, and tomorrow we will revise the last segment of this subject. I'd like to also open up to see if anyone would like to share any thoughts.
Shanti. So, a very intoxicating part. So, Baba says everybody's thinker of cooperation is needed, and everyone is, Maharatis from their own place. And so, everyone is unique, and everybody's thinker of cooperation is also needed. And Baba, look at each child, their specialities, and everyone is so special in that aspects. And Baba, would like to see us, giving that cooperation And also Baba says that the Shaktis, right, that Shaktis hold that trident, the Trishul, right? So that actually symbolizes our stage, the, Trikaldarshi, Trimurti, Trinetri, Trikardarshi, and Trilokinath. See, Baba would like to have the children in the stage, in that awareness, all the time, constant. Baba says, just underline the word constant. Yeah, and another interesting point that Baba said is, there is a memorial that Baba spoke about, and it says, wherever, God's vision fell on God's vision fell on a stone, and that stone became divine, right? So, it's a practical um, line, right, for most of us. I feel it was a practical line from in my personal life also. So wherever Baba's eye fell on, so those stones became divine stone. Om Shanti, thank you.
Thank you, Shanti.
So there are two important things that Baba again ingrained today is being guest consciousness and being humble. It's mentioned that all great souls by nature will be humble and will have the guest consciousness always. And the intoxication point is bringing in the guest consciousness at self level, where Baba speaks about, and which is reality, which is not there in awareness, at least in my case, every moment. And the point for me to practice is in that awareness that I, the soul in this body, is also, this body is also a guest. I'm just reciting this body as a guest. This body is also not mine. Then how can anything external will be mine? So freeing myself from I and my, the next level is my practice from today's Murli. And yes, being humble every moment. And the only access to this is practicing soul consciousness and being in the remembrance of what is mine. What is mine is only the relationship with Almighty. So I think some days back I was having a conversation with Sanjay Bhai, and he very clearly mentioned that, if we have to look at attachment on the positive side, is where to get attached. Get attached to that supreme energy and free yourself from this Lokik or Mayavi world. And that's going to be transforming the negatives to positives. So if you're to take attachment on the positive side, be attached to Almighty. Om Shanti.
Very nice. Thank you. Shanti.
So I'm just adding on to what Rakhi said. So here, Baba clearly says that guest is um, nothing belongs to guest, right? So guest is always having that awareness that nothing belongs to me. So though guest gets everything to be used when he has come to anybody's home, right? So when we are guest, we get everything, we use everything, but we always have that conscious aware that okay, nothing belongs to me. I have to leave this place at the earliest. And it's a very nice way that Baba is teaching us how we have to detach from this world because we don't belong here. We know that we have that awareness, right? But um, I think due to the past birth sanskar or the journey that we took, right, that is actually here and there, creating a consciousness that may, like Baba mentioned, God. May. So the practice that I think we all have to do, for us to do is today and tomorrow. Today I'm here, tomorrow I'll be there. I have to leave. Guest. Om Shanti, thank you. It's a very powerful word.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Om Shanti. Sanjay, go ahead.
Baba always tells that, my dear children, you all are not ordinary souls. You are the souls which were Devi Devatas, which were Solah Kala Sampurna Nirvikari Maryada Purushottam. Only due to body consciousness, your degradation has taken place. But I have come to upgrade you, to make you who you are, to make you realize who you are. And for that, remembrance, and remembrance. मैं बाबा का, बाबा मेरा. We have to realize that for what purpose Baba has sent us. We have to keep in focus what my mission is. If the mission is clear, and our mission is to spread the knowledge of Baba and to make others free, to make others experience that God has come. And to spread the knowledge of Baba, option one, either we can spread by verbose, by talking about Baba. We have talked a lot. And talking has been taking place since long. So Baba wants us we should be Jnana Swarupa and Jnanamurti. To what Baba says that Mahathis are humble. Baba is talking about their behavior. And as we become Jnana Swarupa and Jnanamurti, the transformation takes place. To one property Baba talks, that consider yourself as a guest. And sometimes Baba warns us also, either you'll be the guest or you'll become the waste. And when we become the waste, Baba will say, it's not my child. You have to be the guest, then you'll become the best. And what is the guest? What I realize today, a soul or a person can be guest conscious. When the first letter G stands for Gyan Sarupa and Gyan Murti, you'll become guest conscious that the place where I am is not mine. I'm मैं Baba ka, Baba mera, and it's Baba has sent me for a mission, and the mission will be in focus. You, upliftment, upgradation. We have become body conscious, and due to body conscious, we have forgotten who I am, to whom I belong, and that if that upgradation takes place, definitely we will be in guest conscious. And E, embodiment of Baba's knowledge. Again, the knowledge factors there. We will become guest conscious. And S, that is the soul conscious, and that will take place only and only if we become Gyan Sarupa and Gyan Murti, upgrade ourselves, embodiment of knowledge, then we automatically will become soul conscious. And when we become soul conscious, we are connected to Baba. That is, when we are Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari, we are connected to Baba. And as we are connected to Baba, that is by remembrance, the magic takes place, the transformation takes place, and that is by self-transformation. We can spread the knowledge, that see the transformation. This wonderful transformation from waste to gaste, and now from gaste to best. This journey from waste to become the best is the biggest transformation. This incident, this wonderful transformation from waste to best, and that is step by step, from waste to become guest, and from guest you'll become the best. This wonderful transformation, that is from kaante se phool banana, that will spread the knowledge, that will spread the that God has come. Because that is only possible when God is there. It's not possible by any human. And that in that way we can tell that Baba has come, God has come. And then only, because people are so adamant and so arrogant that only unless until they will realize that God has come, then only they will be here. We have done by verbose, but now we have to go for self-transformation, and that by self-transformation, people will get attracted. See, as Brahma Baba did, what Brahma Baba did, he's transformed himself from Lekraj to Brahma. And from Lekraj to Brahma, how he became Brahma? B for Balihari, R for responsible, A for adorned with divine virtues, H for honest, M from Manmanabha Madhya Jivi. In that process, Brahma Baba transformed himself, and so we have also to get transformed. And by this transformation of self, world transformation will take place. That is from West, W-A-S-T, West, to best, B-E-S-T. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I would like to share one reflection regarding the worthy of worship state of being, where Baba brings out that how your idol, uh, which is a memorial in the temples, is aloof from the feelings, whether any high or low feelings, and how the soul, and the similar way, Baba goes on saying that take a clue from this, take a learning or take away from this uh, material idol, Jad Murti, and be a living idol who is isolated from the limited feelings, limited ups and downs, joy and sorrow, or the man, apman, and all that feelings. So the soul is actually by nature, by default settings, isolated from this feeling. Only when the soul identifies itself with the body, with this building, with this guest house, then only the soul starts getting that I and mine, and then it becomes that kind of a limited feelings are affecting the soul. So that's a very strong point, and that indirectly suggests that soul is beyond even mind, intellect, and sanskars of the limited nature. Soul is unlimited, and soul has always, the endeavor of the soul should be always to be in the unlimited state, irrespective of what Maya mind is saying or the Maya intellect, even the Ravan sanskar, limited sanskars are trying to influence. Soul should all, when the soul remembers Baba, then that's the stage of unlimited stage, which Baba says Trikaldarshi, Trimurti, Trinetri, and Master Trilokinath. These are the stages from that soul, deep soul consciousness stage. So that's what where Baba says that living, I am a living idol. Lot variety of souls will come around me in interaction. Am I going? I'm getting affected by them, impressed by them, influenced by them. That means there's something wrong. Check and change. Get impressed and influenced only from Baba. So that's the takeaway from these words of wisdom spoken by Baba, which is a takeaway for me also. Om Shanti.
Saurabh, any manthan from your side connecting being humble and being guest that you would want to add on?
The other day we were discussing about the difference between a guest and a host. And in Sanskrit we say Atithi Devo Bhava, which means a guest is really considered as a deity. So to the extent that we experience the consciousness of Atithi here, to that extent we become Devta in the future. And then one thought that was the discussion was around that if a guest arrives in our home, we are the host, we would really extend all our hospitality to them. But if the guest overstays, and if the guest feels that actually it is their home and not the home of the host, then the host will actually not feel good about it. And so in the same way, we souls are really guests. That's the truth. Because we just here from our home of light. We are here to just play our roles and then just have some enjoyment. That's it. But really nothing here belongs to us. We came as guests. And so initially, when in the golden age, this whole drama, the nature was really, it hosted us so well with its, purest form, with the most satopradhan, everything there. But gradually, when we forgot that we are guests and we overstayed in the sense that we, you know, um, uh, didn't follow the principles of life, and so naturally, then the drama will be, not happy, and and that's why it's time now for us to re-experience, re-emerge this truth of being a guest, and then automatically, then the soul gets aligned with the drama, and the drama automatically um, starts to help the soul facilitate this experience. And we were also discussing how when the consciousness of guest is replaced by that of a host, it is only then that the ghost comes. The ghost is the ghost of all the vices and the Maya. And so, to the extent that I actually see the body as belonging to, it's not mine, just using it, everything. And to that extent, that actually, we can experience the truth.
Yeah, very well you use the analogy of guest, host, and ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Go.
easy
Mm-hmm.
access to remember each one's role. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Om Shanti. We were now the discussion is on about that how the guest becomes the host. When we are soul conscious, we are detached. And when we become body conscious, we are attached. And when we are attached, what we feel that I am the body. And here starts the factor of host. And when we consider I am the body and relations of the body, and what happens when we become body consciousness, that is the ghost factor enters in. And now the host become the ghost. That means when we become the ghost, what happens? We start killing ourselves. We start doing harm to self only. And in that process, this world becomes the hell. So when we are guest, we are Kalyankari. And when we become host, we becomes a Kalyankari. And in this, and that Akalyankari factor increases, the rate of Akalyankari factor increases as we become ghost from host. Om Shanti.
Jeetna Ben, you have unmuted yourself. Would you want to share something?
Om Shanti sister. My takeaway, consider ourselves as guests, as guests will lose everything but have no feeling of anything. Anything belong to them. One more point, constantly remain detached from the body. When we become detached from our body, we also become detached from bodily relations and possessions.
Sarabhai, let's move on to meditation.
Take a moment. Experience ourselves these beautiful beings of light. Physical world is foreign for us. Not even a single atom in this world belongs to us. We are guests in this world, guests in this body. So with this realization, we feel a natural sense of detachment. Attachment from this physical dimension. As we fly up to be with Baba in our home of light. This is where we belong. Baba is our everything. Just as Baba is naturally detached and loving, we, his special, chosen souls, are like him. Baba makes us into great souls. The sign of greatness is humility. The method to be great is to be a guest like Baba. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Saurabhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.